What's going on, guys? Cyanide here. Today I'm going to show you how to farm level 40 Joey with a 100% win rate. So I've done some extensive testing with Joey using the Elements Unite skill from Paradox Brothers. Now unfortunately this deck is not really free to play friendly as it requires several super rare cards. You pretty much need all of this. The cards you don't need are Enemy Controller, Goblin Secret Remedy, and Hieroglyph Lithograph. These three are optional cards, I just have them in here for bonus score. But without these, you can still achieve 8,000. So let's go over the deck. The Sorcerer Spell Wall is here to boost your trio Guardians defense. You will not be summoning Gate Guardian. You will leave all three of them on the field. Now, you boost their defense. The lowest will be 2400. This prevents his Thousand Dragon from attacking and killing your trio. Extra Gate. This is used to get rid of his Thousand Dragon before he can fusion summon it. Double Summon is here, so on your final turn you can tribute summon your Blue Eyes, as well as getting your Gravekeeper's Vassal out on the field. Secret Pass, Union Attack, all self-explanatory by this point. The Remedy and the Hieroglyph are to get me to exactly 100 life points for a bonus, but as I've said before, that's unnecessary. You can still get over 8,000. I'm averaging with this deck a 9,300 score. So that's completely unnecessary. If you don't have any of these in Prismatics or Glossy, you can still easily get over 8,000. Now, if you don't want to use Econ, you can add in another Jar of Greed to help you draw more. Another alternative card would be Adhesion Trap Hole. Would help if I actually clicked in the box. This will reduce the Thousand Dragons attack to 1200, making him obsolete. This is just another security measure. I haven't had to use it, but if you really wanted to, you could replace the extra gates or the Sorcerer Spell Walls with Adhesion Trap Holes. Or if you already have these three of each, you could replace the Econ, the Remedy, and the Lithograph with Trap Holes, just to be safe. Now, I have run into a duel where he got Thousand Dragon out really early before I managed to draw an extra gate or Sorcerer Spell Wall. And the worst that happens is he crashes. He will trade his dragon for one of your guys. And when that happened, I still managed to get over 8,000. It was like 8,100. I still did, it was like 6,700 effect damage with Vassal. So even losing one of my guys and not getting over 10,000 effect, I still managed to get 8,000. And I still won. Like I said, I've done over 20 duels in a row. I have yet to lose with this deck. And another good thing is, you can use this exact deck with Piranha. You switch out Vassal with Piranha, you switch out your unit attack, both union attacks for Gift of the Martyr. You will need both to get Piranha to the proper attack. Or you could use a Riryoku. It doesn't really matter. Either way, you're going to have to use 2 slots to buff up Piranha. Now, the only thing you have to remember when using Piranha is Sorcerer Spell Wall on your turn will boost Piranha's attack by 300, which means he'll get over 1,000. You can't use Secret Pass, so you cannot discard your extra Spell Wall. You'll have to hold on to one, and on your last turn, set your Spell Wall face down, which will destroy the one you have face up, in which it doesn't matter because you're going to be dealing well over the proper damage anyways. This is just to save you during the duel. You don't need it on your final turn. It's completely necessary on your final turn. But if you discard both your extra ones, you will screw yourself. Alternatively, if you have another field spell that's glossy or prismatic, You can use that on your final turn, which would just eat up another slot, so I don't recommend that. But this deck is what I've been using. I've tested many other builds, all using the skill, but this one seems to be legit. I have yet to lose. I've gotten so many cards from Joey, and I'm about to show you, but this is what I've been using. This works for Unity Attack, this works for Piranha, so it's about time we finally got a deck that can wreck Joey. Another thing to note, I'm sure you're all wondering, how do I handle Time Wizard? Joey won't play Time Wizard. Because your guys can't attack, they can't use their effects, the AI doesn't think of them as a threat. They just think of it as a big beefy wall that can't do anything. Joey will not summon Time Wizard against you. Now, I don't know if that's, along the lines of the Spirit Ryu, the Pinch Hopper, Cat Ear Tribe, all those in the past where the AI freaks out over it. I don't know, but I'm sure if you've noticed using this ability versus standard duelists to level Paradox Brothers up, which I've done to farm keys, the AI doesn't care about them. They'll play monsters in face-up attack position. They just don't care about them. So obviously against Joey that works to our advantage. There is one annoying thing about this deck. It is not a fast farm. It's about the same speed as a Shizu. So it's slow. I have run into not drawing my Shards of Greed and Jar of Greed until really late, which has had me worried. But I've never gotten to that point where I didn't have all my combo pieces. I've always managed to get down to 0 cards for the added bonus. But like I said, you don't have to have Goblin Secret Remedy or Hieroglyph Lithograph, that's a mouthful, so you can always take those out for another Jar of Greed. If you really wanted to, you could add in Wonder Wand and tribute this dude off for 2 extra cards, but then you'd be changing the deck up a little bit. So we're actually getting pretty lucky here with my draws. Choose level 7, and now we don't have to worry about Thousand Dragon. Now the duel's in the bag. There's nothing he can do. I actually have had him get his Flame Swordsman out and use both of his equips to get him to level, to get him to 2400 attack. But because I had Sorcerer Spellwall out, he didn't do anything. And I'm using Econ here just so I can get the 200 Prismatic bonus. Worst case scenario, if he gets Flame Swordsman out with 2 of his equips and you don't have the wall out, he's just going to attack and crash his Kazajin. So no worries there. Like I said, you're still going to get plenty of score. Alright, so see, this is boring. This is a boring farm. But for those of you who need his drops, Metamorph, it's a great card. He's got some other cool cards. You want to play the Time Wizard decks, it's whatever. But, he's never used Graceful Dice. I also try not to use my Lithograph until late. I've never had him use Graceful Dice, but I don't want to risk that. And I'm also not turning them into defense yet because I don't have the spell wall out. Although at this point he actually can't even get his Flame Swordsman out, but it doesn't matter. Oh, whoops, I forgot to use that last turn. Alright, so I got pretty lucky here. I got all my Shards of Greed pretty early. Go ahead and discard my Gate Guardian. Yeah, 100% win rate, 100% of the time, with bare minimum 8k score, at least from this build. With Piranha, you'll still be able to get over 8k with a couple Glossy and Prismatics. Now normally, if I didn't already get rid of his fusion deck, this is what I would have done. I would have played Sorcerer Spell Wall, and put them all into defense position. And that way, during his turn, he would need a graceful dice plus his 2400 attack monster to even attempt to get over, which he will not do. And I know, excuse me, I know 20 wins is, or 20 duels isn't exactly the biggest sample size, but in regards to dueling Gate Duelist at level 40, I would say it's pretty good. Alright, so here, just going to pass the turn. You can also set cards if you want. For the Piranha, you might need to set 1 or 2 cards so you can hold on to one of your spell walls. But since I'm playing Vassal right now, I don't need to. Just go ahead and drop them both. Alright, so we do double summon. Doesn't matter which 2 you tribute, you're going to deal over 10,000 anyways. Go ahead and make sure to put him back into attack position. Secret Pass to the Treasures. So yeah, if you really wanted to be safe, you could drop the Econ, like I said, drop the Remedy, drop the Lithograph, and add in 3 more defensive traps. Now, Karibo will not work because next turn he's just going to do the same thing and attack and destroy your monster. Security Orb will not work, he's going to do the same thing and attack your monster. Windstorm, same thing, none of those work. Mask of Brutality is risky because if you play it early, you run the chance of killing Joey before you can kill him with your finisher. And you don't want that because you want the score. There we go, super easy. I'll go ahead and play him again. Show Joey who's boss. 9,300. Okay. We got 800 from Prismatic and Glossy, which means I would have got 8,500 score without Glossy or Prismatics. So this works. And if you're using Piranha, you would have got 7,500 with no Glossy or Prismatics, which is still really good for a guaranteed Joey victory. And up until here, I mean, we've had, you know, several deck ideas from several different people for farming Joey, and none of them have been truly 100% consistent. I mean, anyone can be farmed with any deck and get, you know, any of the typical farming decks and get over 8,000, but it's not going to be consistent because of his Time Wizard. And that's the main factor. Joey's an asshole because of Time Wizard. And this, as I've said, he doesn't care. Time Wizard is... he never plays it because we can't attack with these. Now, if you were to mess up and play Gate Guardian, you may as well just surrender the duel because you're not going to win. And there we go. This is going to be Thousand Dragon. Yep. So, prime example. Now he's... oh, he didn't actually attack. Interesting. I have not had him do this before. I'm actually kind of curious as to what he does now. This is interesting. I'm glad I actually went to go fight him again, because now I get to show you guys something new. Let's see what he does. Nothing? He's just going to keep it up there? Because, I mean, he's got it out against me a few times, and he's always crashed into my Adhesion. This is very interesting. But you can look at my previous score, 9,300. If you subtracted the, or if you substituted the over 10,000 damage with over 5,000, it still would have been an over 8,000 victory by far. So now we're bored, you know. We got the key cards out of the way. Now we're just drawing to finish the duel. But yeah, unfortunately, you pretty much need all these cards, and there are a lot of super rares. Good thing there's not a lot of ultra rares, just the blue eyes, which everyone can get with Kaiba. And everyone that's been playing for a little while should have gotten the free prismatic blue eyes from the giveaway event. So I'm really surprised he's not doing anything, or that he didn't attack, rather. It's very weird to me. Alright, so I'm just going to play this because it's bothering me. Get my 200 bonus. Discard my extra gate. Now, another reason I turned them into defense, because now he still wouldn't have attacked because it's too risky. If you played 2 graceful dices, he wouldn't have attacked. I don't believe he would have, but like I said, I've never run into this issue before. This is weird, but obviously it's still working, so I'm not worried about it. And he's not going to attack with this, because graceful dice isn't a guaranteed spell. He could roll a 1 and then just waste his attack or waste his dice. So this works out for us. Let me see how many cards we have. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can discard. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and use that. Discard that. And next turn we win. Go play that blue eyes. So for anyone who still needs any cards from Joey, or if you're like me and you have a ton of red keys to burn, I mean, I've burned close to almost 2,000 today, or yeah, probably 2,000 from testing before when I lost, plus all the wins. So something like that. So if you have a lot of keys to burn with Joey, this deck will help burn your red keys. Or if you still want to farm skills with Paradox Brothers, I unfortunately didn't get my 3-star demotion until the other day, with close to 150 level 40 duelist wins with over 8k assessment each win. So if you're like me and you still want skills for your Paradox Brothers, this will help you farm them against Joey. So let's go ahead and finish him off. Goodbye, Joey Wheeler. Another 9,300. Got some more gems. Got some more gems. Wow. Really? 3-star demotion? Alright, so we got 45 gems from Joey. I can't complain. But there you go, guys. We've got the Union Attack version and the Piranha version. Both 8k, both 100% win rates. You will not lose using this deck. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you later.